Hello, YouTube. This is the Dame and the Dude. And this is just going to be a channel that me and my girlfriend do on occasion when we want to talk about things. Say hello, girlfriend.
Hi.
We'll mostly be doing video games and anime and shit. For the record, I am knowledgeable on things. She is not.
Not at all. No.
It's going to be funny. So for our first video, we're just going to go through the anime chart since, well, the new anime season starts like in 2 days. So, good timing. Alright, let's look at the first one we have here. Third season of Sword Art. Tell me, girlfriend, what do you know about Sword Art?
Okay, I actually have seen this one.
Oh, how much?
The first episode.
Okay, wonderful.
So it's about a guy that gets stuck in a video game. And it's like an MMO. And they live there. And if you die in the game, you die in real life. Is that right?
Congratulations. Third season. Everyone either loves it or hates it. The battle lines are drawn. If you like it, you're going to watch it. If you don't, you're going to watch it and make videos on it. Moving on. Final season of Fairy Tail.
Garbage. Okay, next.
Well, here's the thing about Fairy Tail. It's all trash, and I don't care what people say, it's trash. It handles its climaxes very well, but besides that, it's just trash. Character building's awful, everything's awful. I'm glad that it's ending. Next, Read Woman.
Alright, this is called The Goblin Slayer. It's produced by White Fox. A young priestess has formed her first adventuring party, but almost immediately they find themselves in distress. It's the Goblin Slayer who comes to their rescue, a man who's dedicated his life to the extermination of all goblins by any means necessary. And when rumors of his feats begin to circulate, there's no telling who might come calling next. This actually sounds pretty good.
It's fantasy. I like fantasy. I'll probably watch it.
Sounds like a D&D session, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard things about Goblin Slayer before. I heard it was really good, so I'll probably watch it. Fourth. The second season of Tokyo Ghoul. Please tell me you don't know anything about Tokyo Ghoul.
I know people who watch it.
Okay.
But I
don't associate with them.
It's like scary or something, isn't it?
No, it's just bad. It's just really bad. Really, really bad. Like with Sword Art, the people that'll watch it will watch it, and the people that won't, and nothing can really be done to change those opinions at this point. But it's just bad. Mm-hmm. Alright, keep going with the list.
So we have the third season of Tararu Majutsu no Index.
Or a certain magical index.
Okay.
You know, I'm noticing a trend with them not putting any information for the multiple season ones. Yeah, Index is good. I'll watch it.
Okay.
At this point, anyone who's watching anime should know what Index is.
Hi.
Go away. After that, we have part 5 of JoJo.
JoJo! Hi.
Wonderful. JoJo's good. Everything about it's good. The memes are good.
JoJo's good. I like JoJo.
You don't get to see that. You don't get to say that until you watch JoJo.
I've watched half of the first season.
Not enough.
Okay.
Yeah, but JoJo's good. Everyone's going to be watching it. Next.
Tensai Shitara Slime Dakaken. Alright, is this the one? Oh, this is the one I was talking about earlier. Okay. Lonely 37-year-old Saratu Mikami is stuck in a dead-end job, unhappy with his mundane life, but after dying at the hands of a robber, he awakens to a fresh start in a fantasy realm as a slime monster. He acclimates to his goopy new existence. His exploits with the other monsters set off a chain of new events that will change his new world forever. Sounds weird, sounds magical, sounds excellent.
Well, it's this type of autism that either is going to be really good or really bad. And as for what this will be, I would say it's a coin toss.
Oh, God. I want to read the next one.
Go ahead.
Alright, the next one is Irazuku Sekai no Ashitakara. In Nagasaki, a descendant of mages, 17-year-old Hitami lost her sense of color at a young age and grew up lacking emotion, much like myself. Her grandmother, Kohaku, a great mage, sends Hitomi to the past to the year 2018. Shocker. There, she spends time with a 17-year-old Kohaku and friends from club activities. This sounds gay as shit.
Well, it's made by PA Works, which means it's either gay as shit or it's good. Sounds fucking stupid. Moving on.
This one's actually gay. Yagate Kimi na Nararu. Yu has always loved shoujo manga and awaits the day she gets a love confession that sends her heart aflutter with bubbles and blushes. And yet, with a junior high classmate confesses his feelings to her, she feels nothing. Disappointed and confused, Yu enters high school still unaware how to respond. That's when Yu sees the beautiful student council president, Narami, turn down a suitor with such maturity that she's inspired to ask her for help. But when the next person to confess to Yu is Nanami herself, she has her shoujo romance finally begun.
Gay for girls.
Yeah.
Probably just stereotypical Yuri anime. Number 5.
What?
Yuri means lesbian.
Oh.
Anime.
Okay. Do you want me to read the next one?
Well, no, okay, so I don't know how this would be. It just, like I said, sounds stereotypical. We'll get to that. We'll get to that one in a little.
I'm excited.
We'll get to that in a little.
Okay.
But yeah, it's probably just going to be stereotypical lesbians.
Sezishun Buta Yaro wa Bunny Girl Senpai no Yume mo Mine. Alright. There's a rumor about a mysterious phenomenon called puberty syndrome. For example, Sakuta Azuwaga is a high school student who suddenly sees a bunny girl appear in front of him. The girl is actually a girl named Mai Sakurajima, who is Sakuta's upperclassman, who is also a famous actress who has gone on hiatus from the entertainment industry for some reason. The people around Mai cannot see her bunny girl figure. Sakuta sets out to solve the mystery, and as he spends time with Mai, he learns her secret feelings. Other heroines who have puberty syndrome start to appear in front of Sakuta. Okay, this sounds like Harvey. Like, have you seen the movie Harvey? Where the guy sees a bunny and nobody else can see it, and they think he's insane?
No.
It's a really classic movie from the 50s, and this just sounds like an oversexed version of it. So, moving on.
An oversexed version of it.
An oversexed version of it. And it also takes place in high school, and it's also an anime, so what could go wrong, right?
Well, as with all anime now, stereotypical.
Alright.
People like it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Next.
Alright, SSSS. Gridman. Okay, yeah, Gridman. Okay. Collaborations with Subaraya Productions. Yuta Hibiki awakens with amnesia and the ability to see things that others cannot. He first encounters a Gridman in the reflection of his friend Enrika Takarada's computer, telling him to remember his calling. But Yuta doesn't understand what this means. Later, in the distance, he sees an extremely large monster, but it doesn't move. It's only when Yuta gets to school that the two sightings make sense. A monster attacks, and the hero Yuta saw the computer screen. A monster attacks, and the hero Yuta saw on the computer screen pulls him within the computer and transforms Yuta into a giant hero named Gridman.
Well, what do you think about that?
I mean, it could be good. It sounds interesting. It doesn't sound original at all.
It's by Trigger. People love Trigger. You'll need to watch some Trigger anime eventually. Yeah. I mean, it just sounds like classical Trigger at this point.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh god, what's next?
Kishuku Gakuo no Juliet. Grigo Academy boarding school. The students that attend the school come from 2 countries and reside in their own dormitories. Inazuka and Persia are the leaders of the rival dorms, but in secret they love each other. Now they have to keep their relationship a secret from their dorm mates or else bad things will happen. So literally Romeo and Juliet but lesbians. Moving on.
I don't know. Looks like it might be good. I'm not gonna judge.
The plot is Romeo and Juliet.
I cannot tell you how many times. How many times has Romeo and Juliet been done in literature, period?
Too many. Radiant. The story follows Seth, a boy who seeks to become a great magician, and a group of witches who seek to travel into the Radiant. Radiant is a mystical land that spawns monsters called Nemesis, which fall to the world from the sky. While traveling, they are also hunted by the Inquisition. This sounds fantastic! It really hooked me with the end where they're hunted by the Inquisition. Nobody expects it. It's great.
Shut up. I want to see what the source for it is. It says other, but it sounds just like a video game. Yeah. I mean, stereotypical shown. Stereotypical is the word of the day.
Yep.
But, yeah. I don't know. Might be good. Next.
Orega Suki Nano wa Imouto de Ako Imato Janai. Jesus. The, quote, awkward sibling romantic comedy, unquote, series centers around the younger sister Suzuka Nakagami and the older brother Yu Nakagami. Suzuka is a beautiful third-year middle school student who has excellent grades and is the student council president. She wrote a novel about a little sister who dotes on her older brother, and the novel wins a light novel award. After they discuss the matter, Yu is the one who debuts a proxy light novel author instead of Suzuka under the pen name Chikikai something Tawano. I thought at first this was going to be about incest, which it probably will.
I guarantee it is.
But it could, I don't know, it could be lighthearted and cute, but let's be real here, it's not going to be.
It's just a copy of Orihimo, and no, I am not going to discuss what that is with you.
I'm excited for the next one.
For the people that know what it is, they know what it is. Next.
Alright, Ulysses, Jeanne d'Arc, de Requin no Kishi. Alright, I'm excited about this one. The novel series story takes place in the 15th century France during the 100 Years' War with England. Montmorency, the son of a noble, immerses himself in the study of magic and alchemy at a school for knights. However, after France's defeat at Agincourt, the school is disbanded and Montmorency is forced to flee. While on the run, he meets a miraculous village girl named Jean. Joan of Arc, people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your thoughts?
It sounds good. It sounds extremely historically inaccurate, but it sounds like it will be enjoyable.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever use the term historically accurate when you're looking at history anime.
Why?
Just don't.
Oh, well, that's what I said. I said it looks like it's going to be historically inaccurate, but I mean, that doesn't mean it's not going to be enjoyable.
I typically like series like that. Will probably be good.
But I don't like the fact that they're probably going to make it out that Joan of Arc was a witch, which in fact she wasn't. But it's fine. It's okay. Moving on.
Listen, Japan has an obsession with Joan of Arc falling from grace. I don't know why. It's just like a cultural theme they like.
Alright. Cool. Moving on. Refried. That's probably not right.
I don't see an F in there.
Re-rided Kokuko no Duridia. The year is 2050. A young engineer named Duridia Yavain became famous thanks to his contribution to the development of the autonomous machine DZ. At Rebuild, the manufacturing company founded by his father. One day, Duridia and his colleague Nathan discover a flaw in DZs and try to warn their boss, but are ignored. Although Deridia and Nathan are aware of the danger, they reluctantly decide to put off taking any measures and instead go to Nathan's daughter's Mage's birthday party. Okay. The next day, after enjoying a peaceful day, Deridia and Nathan are suddenly attacked by unknown forces. At the end of the escape, Deridia falls into a cold sleep machine and 10 years later wakes up in a devastated world in the middle of war. While Deridia is attacked by a group of out-of-control DZs, he almost gives up but recalls Nathan's last words, "Take care of Mage." Despite the harsh fate that has fallen upon him, Deridia sets off to seek Mage. Beyond time, we reunite. This is the story of a journey for hope. It sounds good. It sounds like it says, a journey of hope, a journey for hope. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, the intro is far too long. Second of all, it is awful, and I can tell you scientifically, verifiably, how it is awful. If you look, it is an original work. Mm-hmm. If you look at the studio, it is Geek Toys. It is about robots, I believe. So this is just a cash grab to get merchandise sold. And that is why it is going to be awful.
So then why did they bother with a long intro?
I don't know.
Alright, let's move on. Tsurune Kazumai Kokokuo Keiudo Boo. Minato played Japanese archery in middle school, but after a certain incident, he ran away from the sport. In high school, Minato meets new friends together as a part of their school's archery club, as they aim to win the prefectural tournament. This sounds wholesome and good, but it's also about sports, so it's probably boring.
Listen, sports anime are either very entertaining or gay.
This one's about...
It depends on the sport.
Well, this one's about archery, so it's probably gay. I mean, it could go both ways, I suppose.
Are you suggesting that it's bisexual?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to be clear. After that, second season of Golden Kamuy? I don't know. I've heard of it. Never seen it. Don't know anything about it. And they don't give anything on it because they're lazy. Next.
Release the spice! Alright, the anime begins with a lone high school girl named Momo attending a high school in the city of Sorosaki. Unbeknownst to everyone, Momo is an agent who works for the private intelligence agency Tsuki College that protects...
I want you to try that one again.
Tsukikage. Tsukikage. Chicago, okay. Protects the city and its people. Under the tutelage of her senior Yuki and her other friends, they keep the peace in the city. The story will eventually focus on 6 high school girls. Okay. It sounds stupid.
Yeah? They usually are. Okay, what's next?
English.
What? Why don't you try that one again?
Ingress. Since he was little, Makoto had a strange power which enabled him to read the memories of objects he touched. Hiding his uncontrollable power, he works as a special agent in the police force. One day, while investigating an explosion at a laboratory that researches an unknown substance called XM, he sees a mysterious memory. The memory was from Sarah's ring, who was the sole survivor of the accident. It was a sight of a person being swallowed into a red light and disappearing. Makoto becomes embroiled in a massive conspiracy. The battle for XM, a material that could affect human mind, starts now. Sounds like the X-Files. Alright.
Also, it's based off of a game with no story.
Oh. Well, this is going to be garbage then.
Well, Ingress is the game that... So you know how Pokemon Go's framework was based off of a game?
Oh, that's this game.
Yes.
Oh.
So, they might have well just given Pokemon Go an anime.
But Pokemon's already an anime, so...
Yeah. That doesn't stop them in the past.
Alright.
Okay, next.
Tonari no Keiyuki Suki-san. Due to a strange incident, Akatari is rescued by a vampire girl named Sophie Twilight, and Akari becomes interested in her.
Thrice lesbians.
Sophie Twilight. That sounds like a stripper.
The thrice lesbians.
Thrice lesbians. Alright. Uchi no maid ga Usazguru. The manga centers on Misha, a little girl who lost her mother at an early age and now lives with her father. Her father employs a maid named Tsubame, who was a former self-defense force official and is also a lolicon. What?
What?
That sounded good until like that last sentence.
You gotta have your gimmicks.
Wow, okay.
Any more thoughts on it?
Well, okay, what exactly is a lolicon? Is that a prostitute?
No. A lolicon is basically a pedophile.
Oh, Jesus. This show sounds fantastic. Moving on. There's gonna be so much... Yeah. Wow. How did that one get... Wow. Who approved this one? Anyway. Double Decker. Doug and Kirill. Alright. The city-state of Lisa Valletta. Two suns rise above the city, and the people who live here live peaceful lives, but in the shadows of crime and illegal drugs run rampant. Among them is the dangerous, highly lethal drug Anthem, which casts a dark shadow over the city. The 7-0 Special Crimes Investigation Unit specializes in cracking down on Anthem. This unit operates the two-man buddy teams in what's called the double-decker system. No gay going on there. To tackle the problem. Doug Billingham is a seasoned investigator, and joining him is Kirill Vubel, whose abilities are mysterious and unknown. I would just like to point out that it's the buddy system, but they don't call it that. They call it the double-decker system, which means gay sex. Okay.
Listen, we don't know that. We don't have 4 lesbians now.
That's true. I mean, aside from that, it sounds like it might be good. Maybe.
Possibly.
That review comes directly from Crunchyroll, so...
Fuck Crunchyroll. Next.
Conception. The story of the game revolves around Itsuki Yuji and a high school student who finds out the day of his graduation ceremony that his cousin and childhood friend Marihigo is pregnant. Immediately afterward, Itsuki and Marihigo are taken to a magical world called Granavana, which is currently being invaded by monsters. The only people who can fight and exorcise the monsters are the Star Children. And the Star Children can only be produced by the 12 Shrine Maidens of the constellations. In order to defeat the monsters, return to his own world, Itsuki must father the Star Children with the maidens. Degeneracy.
You say that, but I have played Conception 2, and it is a very fun game.
So this is just a show based off of it.
Well, this is a show based off the first one.
Oh.
And they never released the first one in America.
Oh. Wow, it's about making babies. Cool.
It's named Conception. What do you think it's going to be about?
Making babies.
Also, it's being made by Gonzo, so it's going to look awful. Wonderful.
Is that what I think it is?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Now we have a true treat. Zombieland Saga.
What?
For a description, we have
nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Moving on.
Okay, the next one, I don't know how to say what this is in Japanese, but this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Gaiakin Saibian Sono Shinjuitsu Agiari Season 2. So yeah, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Love it. Moving on.
Okay.
The games were great. I don't know anything about the show.
Neither do I.
But I love those games. They're fun. Sorata Umi no Ada. The story is set in Omomichi, Hiroshima, in the year 20XX. Fish disappear from the sea from around the world, and only the whales live in the ocean. The Ministry of Fishery decides to set up giant experimental universe fish tanks in space. The Anamachi Universe Fishery Union is established and begins to train space fishermen. Female fishermen are in demand due to the strengthening of an equal employment law for men and women. 6 new female space fishermen are selected, and the story centers on supporting their growth. This sounds fantastic. Like, it sounds utterly ridiculous, but it sounds like it would actually be really entertaining.
Well, it's just an excuse to have tits on screen.
I mean, that too.
Also, it's based off a video game, and now I'm confused.
I want to play this video game. I want to have aquariums in space. That actually sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find it. Okay. Hinoramu, Hinono, Hino Maramu, Zumamu.
Oh my god.
It's made by Gonzo. It's a divine ritual. It's a martial art. It's a combat sport. It's sumo. A small new student, Ushio Hinomaru, appears before the weak little sumo club of the Odadachi High School. The words big and heavy are the rules to this sport, which does not fit the newbie any inch. But this guy goes and does what? Ushio and the small sumo club climbs its way to the top. The goal is for Hinoshita Kasan, a title for the highest rank in professional sumo equivalent to the Yozokuna. Fired up high school sumo tale, no retakes allowed. Sounds stupid. Wait a minute, is this the one with the butt sex?
What?
Isn't there like a sumo anime about butt sex?
I don't know.
Comment below if you know what we're talking about. Alright, next up we have Beelzebub Joe no Okimesu Mama. Alright, Murin lands his dream job with the Demon King he's always held in awe, but when his tenure begins, it turns out that the Demon King isn't quite what he expected. Shocker.
Well, I think the implications that the Demon King is a waifu. I mean, just look at the picture.
Yeah, that's fun.
And besides, that's how these shows usually go. I know I've said stereotypical a lot, but I have seen this show like 10 times before.
Yep.
I
Alright.
don't know. Might be good.
Next up we have Spooky Scary Skeletons. Gaikatsu Shotinen Honda-san. Is it about a car? Alright. This comedy manga story centers on a skeleton named Honda who works in a bookstore. Hilarity ensues daily in his work at the shop's manga counter. Sounds funny. I don't know. Sounds quirky and weird.
I have a feeling that this isn't going to be a full series. It's going to be one of those shorts where the episodes are like 3 minutes. If that's the case, it might be good. If it's not, probably not.
I mean, it's also good that it's coming out in like around Halloween, so that would probably also make it popular.
Well, that's probably why they're...
Yeah, it says it has 12 episodes, so... And if you said they're shorts, then...
Well, they mostly have 12 episodes.
Okay.
Go on.
Kaze ga Tsusiku Furityu.
Let's try that again. Sound it out.
Kaze ga Tsuyoku Fuiteryu.
You get a treat.
Yay. The series is centered on the Tokyo Hakone round-trip college Aikiden race, or the Hakone Aikiden, one of the biggest university marathon relay races in Japan. The race is held every year on January 2nd and 3rd and goes between Tokyo and Hakone and back for a total run of nearly 217.9 kilometers, about 135.4 miles. It sounds boring.
And it has 23 episodes about a show about running,
A
I
marathon.
would rather bite my tongue off.
It sounds so boring. Wow.
I don't know. Might be good. I doubt it, though.
It's literally just about them running. Like,
Next.
all right, Kakakiri Circus. The protagonist, Maratsu, has inherited a big fortune after the death of his father. However, people are trying to get their hands on it by any means necessary, even if it means killing him. Narumi helped Marasu to avoid being kidnapped after fighting some weird guys. He found out that they're not humans but wooden puppets with amazing strength. After a hard fight, Narumi was forced to admit that he is no opponent for them, and just when he started to think that Marasu would be captured, Shiragone, Marasu's watcher, arrives from France with a weapon, the puppet Harlequin. That was a messed up salad of words I just read.
Yeah. I'd put it to a coin flip. Might be good, might not.
It sounds...
So you can't go completely based off descriptions.
True.
Like, I can't tell you how many times I've read a description for something, thought I would hate it, and it ended up being one of the best shows I ever watched.
Fair enough. Alright. Next is Anima Yell. The story follows Hokone Hatoya, a first-year high school student who's a bit clumsy and scared of heights, but has a really bubbly and outgoing personality. Same. Kohane decides to join the cheerleading team to try to make friends and overcome her weaknesses. This sounds wholesome, but I can assure there's underlying lesbianism.
Are you invoking quad lesbians?
I'm invoking the quad lesbians.
I don't know. It just might be tits on screens.
Where's the button I hit where the confetti falls? It's like, wah, 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 wah.
I'm gonna punch you. Well, I'm not going to invoke quad lesbians yet. It looks like a normal moe show.
I mean, they are. In your defense, they do look like little girls, and they don't have like huge ass tits. So
Implying that means anything.
I mean, but it looks more of like a cutesy kind of show. I don't.
Oh, you naive girl.
Okay.
Go on. Do the next one.
All right. Akinesa Shoujo. A group of girls living in a small city gather to enact a ritual they call the Crystal Radio Research. They are the Crystal Radio Research Society. The sweet and cheery Asuka Sumaya brought this group together with her friends from school. The ritual is merely an urban legend, but events coalesce, and what started as play becomes much more. Can we invoke quad lesbianism now?
No, but we can invoke we can invoke Satanism.
Yes, definite Satanism. Yes. Yeah.
Also...
This has happened before. It's called Corpse Party.
Yeah, and it's also based off a video game, so it's just Corpse Party.
Oh.
It's Corpse Party, but probably not violent.
Maybe.
I don't know. Description doesn't have enough.
Alright. Dakaratai Okato One Ini Odasarete Imasu. Takakato Saigyo has reigned as the idol industry's most huggable for 5 years. That is until freshman actor Wanta.
Is this Spanish?
I thought it was Juanita, but it's Junta?
Junta.
Definitely Junta. Azumaya. Takato was always considered brusque, while Azumata's smile is winning over her admirers by comparison. The whole fiasco drives Takata to overindulge in alcohol, and his actions catch the attention of the last person he wants to see. To his surprise, Azumata takes his new info into blackmail Takato for physical affection.
Well, I think we have our first case of sodomites.
Yep. Gay.
Gay.
Okay. Gakuin Basara. The school battle comedy parody reimagines the Warring States era warriors of Capcom's action franchise as rival students in a modern high school. Masume and Sana de Yumurika battle to replace Toyotomi Hideyoshi as the next student council president.
I need a drink.
So I saw Capcom in there, so does that mean that this is just like...
Okay, do you know what Dynasty Warriors is?
No.
Do you know what Hyrule Warriors is?
Yes.
Okay. So, Capcom has a game called... what was it? I can't remember the name. Something Bizarre. And it's basically... It's a hack and slash like Hyrule Warriors, but it's like Japanese generals. And this is that, but they take them and put them in a high school setting because...
Why not?
They want more profits?
Because why not? You know? Everything else already takes place in high school. Why not this one?
Yeah.
Why do the Japanese have such an infatuation with high school?
I don't know. I just like it.
Oh, okay. Alright, next up is Senran Kagura Shinobi Master. Tokyo Yumahen. And that's just the second season of that.
If you like Senran Kagura, watch it. If you don't. Never watched it. Played the games. Like the games.
Alright. Hanyagu Say Million Arthur. Based on Square Enix's massively multiplayer online role-playing game. Which one is this? Square Enix?
I didn't know that they had an MMO besides FF14.
Apparently they do.
Yeah. Well, I have no idea.
Alrighty. Mercstoria. Murkiorkio no Shononen to Bin no Naga no Shoujo. The fantasy strategy role-playing game is set in a world where humans and monsters coexist. In the main story, a boy apprentice, Yujitsu Shushi, with the power to heal those who clash, embarks on a journey to restore the memories of his friend Merc, a girl trapped in a bottle.
I honestly don't know what to say.
It sounds really dumb.
It does.
Alright. Next up, Bakumatsu. In the original game's story, the heroine is in Kyoto for sightseeing when she receives a mysterious pocket watch from a man. The heroine wears the watch and passes through the shrine's Toral Gate, and is transported to another Bakumatsu era 150 years ago during the final years of the Edo period. The heroine must then try to find her way back home to the present. Might be good. Sounds interesting.
I bet it's gonna be shit.
Probably. Hu Li Zi Sheng. A poor but talented high school boy named Hu Li, whose name is pronounced very similar to the term for fox in Chinese. He is a ghost singer-songwriter for the popular and narcissistic boy idol Kong Kui, pronounced very similarly to peacock in Chinese, who is a very handsome but can barely sing. Hu always wears a fox mask to hide his large facial scar caused by a traffic accident. He also uses a screen name, Mr. Fox, to publish his music online.
Huh. So this is one of the infamous Chinese animes, which I have attempted to watch on multiple occasions, but I can't stomach even 2 episodes of them because they're so bad.
Alright. Alright. Thunderbolt Fantasy 2, and that's all we have. Thunderbolt Fantasy 2. So if you like Thunderbolt Fantasy 1, you're gonna like Thunderbolt Fantasy 2, I guess.
I'm pretty sure that's the puppet anime.
Oh, Jesus.
I think people like it.
Oh. Alright. Horamimi ga Mirito Yo. The cute story of the daily life between a guy and his catboy roommate.
I think I'm going to invoke second sodomy.
Second sodomy. It could be innocent and cute.
It's not.
It's not. Alright. Soten no Ken Regenesis 2. So if you liked Regenesis, you're going to like Regenesis 2.
Mm-hmm.
Any more input?
Fist in the North Star is great. Everyone should watch it.
All right. Gurazini 2. It looks like it's about baseball, which I know like the Japanese have.
What makes you think that?
Well, there's a dude who's pitching a baseball in the picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have never seen that.
Yeah. So I know the Japanese people really like baseball, and baseball gets really crazy out there with like costumes and stuff. So I'm sure it's good. I don't know. I'd much rather see like an actual baseball game in Japan than watch an anime about it. But
like they've taken baseball animes to a fucking art over there.
Yeah. Inazuma 11, Orion no Koken. The new series will center a team made up of successive generations of Inazuma 11 characters. The Inazuma Japan Boys representative team will face teams from around the world. This sounds like a game show.
It's a soccer anime.
Reality. Oh, shit.
It's soccer.
Ken and Ken. Aoki Kageyaki. An adaptation of Xanoan Sword role-playing game franchise.
No idea.
Bakuristi Bar Hunter. This anime will center on the elementary student Tota, who loves to fish. One day, a bar soul named Potpen appears from the barcode on Tata's bag of potato chips. Together, Tata and Potpen use a special Batsuri bar rod item to fish for other bar souls.
Oh, that's a special type of autism.
So, there's a magic bag of potato chips, and a fish comes from it. A soul of a fish. No, just a soul, and then they go fishing.
Just give up while you're ahead.
Just don't watch it.
Unless you're like 6.
Right, Kira Kira Happy Kirate Kokotama. New series will focus on a new protagonist named Haruka Hoshinagawa and a Kokotama god born from her precious ribbon.
Only watch it if you're a 6-year-old girl.
It looks kind of like Hamtaro. But it's not Hamtaro.
No, it's not.
Hamtaro is much better.
Alright, so that's all those new shows. Overall, I would say that this is a fairly shitty season.
Yeah, I definitely say that the show that's going to shine this season is definitely going to be JoJo.
Well,
hands down.
Anything. Any season that has JoJo in it, that's probably going to be the top show,
right.
Unless something very big is coming out.
And
overall, out of the season, the only ones I would probably watch would be the new Sword Art, Goblin Slayer, the new season of Index. Maybe Conception. Yeah, that's probably it. I might dabble in the others, though. What about you?
Yeah, definitely JoJo, Sword Art.
Oh, yeah, JoJo.
Goblin Slayer. I tried the Joan of Arc one. Sounds interesting, for sure. And then I'd also tried the skeleton dude that sells the mangas. I think that they could... It's either going to be good or it's going to be terrible. And
I think it mainly depends on if it's a short or not.
Right. Yeah, I'll give it a try.
What?
And what about Magic Potato Chip Boy? Negative stars? Negative stars, right? Negative stars.
Oh, come on. There's far worse this season than that.
Than Magic Potato Chip Boy.
Hey, the demographic's like 5-year-olds.
That's true. But like a new season of Yokai Watch is also coming out. Or not new season, a new movie of Yokai Watch, and I think that would overshadow Potato Chip Boy.
I mean, both need to be burnt.
I mean, but they're
fire.
But they're for little kids, like, you know.
Yeah, but there's better things for little kids.
That's true.
Like, you know, anything.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to call it for the video.
All right.
Anyone who wants to subscribe. Anyone who wants to give us a suggestion on, like, a review for an anime or game or topic in general, just leave it in the comments. But, yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye.